South Africa is looking into electric cars to better exploit its natural resources and technology and to improve the country's carbon footprint. For a nation that has been described as car crazy, we took a look at an electric car to see how viable they would be in South Africa. Let's take a look.
This car may look like any other, even when you poke around under the hood. But the engine here is no petrol engine. It's an electric engine, and the vehicle, a Nissan Leaf, will not be needing to be filled up at the local fuel station ever. This is the world's first mass-produced electric vehicle. South Africa is using the cars to pilot and test the feasibility of electric vehicles and their supporting infrastructure, as the country looks to transition to a low-carbon, labour-intensive economy. Engineers, car manufacturers and the government believe that an electric car industry could be what the country needs. South Africa has many of the minerals required to make the batteries required by electric vehicles, while the millions of cars on its roads contribute to making South Africa one of the world's largest emitters of greenhouse gases. The automotive sector accounts for some 20% of emissions and is the third largest contributor to air pollution in the country.
The issue around carbon emissions is a worldwide problem. Climate change is a worldwide problem. But we decided as government of the Republic of South Africa that regardless of what has been agreed by other international countries, we would want to implement practical measures in terms of reducing carbon emissions and therefore mitigating against the impacts of climate change. So from where we sit as a country, we thought the easiest and the most possible way to deal with this is to then look at the transport sector in the country. And from where we sit, we decided that these vehicles are emitting, and therefore for us to reduce or to cut down on those emissions, we must look at possible ways and means to deal with that problem. And the solution for us was the new technology in the market, electric vehicles. So therefore, as a department, we decided to then make it possible for electric vehicles to be introduced in South Africa.
Nissan South Africa and the Environmental Affairs Department joined up to run the project, which has support from the Department of Trade and Industry, Transport, Energy and Science and Technology, as well as from Eskom and the South African Revenue Services. The pilot project began late February. The initial phase of the project involves 4 Nissan Leaf test cars being dispatched to the Environmental Affairs Department for 3 years. The vehicle is also due to be launched commercially later this year in South Africa by Nissan, making Nissan the first car manufacturer to introduce a 100% electric vehicle into the country.